Hi everyone! The first thing I wanted to talk about today is my personal golden rule of counseling, and that is to treat everyone with kindness because we don't know what struggle they are facing. I think this is an important rule to follow for counseling, especially when we have a new client or somebody that is having a difficult time opening up or is resistant towards us. It's to just remember to treat them with kindness and love, and that is what Jesus is, and that's how he would want us to treat others. So I try to practice this in my personal life and try to remember when I have a run-in with maybe a cashier that's a little grumpy, or somebody cuts me off on the road, or just something in everyday life, just to remember to not be so quick to cast judgment, but to remember that they might be going through something difficult and I might not know about that. So I think that's a very important rule, and that's something that I think applies to counseling as well. The second thing I'd like to discuss is how to participate in self-care while being an advocate. The Counseling Today article we read had several great tips for practicing self-care. And the first group of tips that I really liked were to avoid, engage, and to deflect. And then the second set of tips were specifically for recharging the activist. And I really liked these tips as well, and that was reflect often, remain informed, and to give voice to the voiceless. So I think combined, all of those tips together are great for practicing self-care, and knowing that burnout the rate is pretty high. It's very important for us to take self-care seriously and to practice it. The third thing I'd like to discuss is the Bible verse that supports social justice. I found several verses that support social justice, but the one that stood out to me was Micah chapter 6 verse 8, and that says, "He has shown you, O mortal, what is good, and what does the Lord require of you? To act justly, and to love mercy, and to walk humbly with your God." I love that verse because it is so straightforward. What does God require of us? To act justly. It is just written plainly in the Bible for us that that's what God requires of us, and as his servants and as counselors, to be an advocate for our clients is huge, and we are serving God and using our gifts as best we can when we do that. The last thing I'd like to discuss is the action I will take towards social justice. And the action I think I can take right now as a counselor in training is to just start gaining knowledge. And to gain knowledge in the resources in my community. Because right now, our clients, to best help them, sorry, I lost my train of thought. To best help our clients, we have to be able to provide them resources. But if we're not sure of our resources, then we won't be able to best help them. So starting to gain knowledge about different community resources is huge, and will best help us be the best counselors we can be to then help our clients. So I think that is all I have for you today, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.